Hi angels, welcome to another video diary on my channel. This is the month that I discovered Lana Del Rey. I had never heard any of her music before, and when I found her, I felt like I really connected to her music and her as an artist, and now I am endlessly playing her music throughout my days. I can't believe that I get to live my dream life with my best friend and the person that my soul just calls home and feels like home and just means everything to me. When March did start, I knew that it was going to be a very special month to me. I had a feeling, and I was right. It was a very special month. On this day, Ricardo surprised me with a little thing of flowers, and he wrote on a note, "You are my angel," and it melted me to pieces. I also started the show Pretty Little Liars this month. It makes me feel like I'm in a different time and like I live in a little small town, and just the feelings that it gives off. I love this show so much, and I know that I'm super late to watching it, but I love it and I've been watching it every single day. We also fell in love with grocery delivery, and so we've been getting our groceries delivered, and it's been so nice. And we have just been placing them all through our app and getting them delivered. And then I have been cooking so much this month. I have been making a lot of different things. My mother and father-in-law are still living with us at this time. So I have just been having a lot of fun with being in the kitchen and creating different things. This was one of my favorite days in March. We went to a local bakery and got a variety of baked goods, and I made some coffee, and we sat bedside together and enjoyed the pastries and just each other's company. And I had this idea because I have always loved the way that French rooms are set up. They seem, to me at least, to have a little seating area in the room, and always like some sort of beverage or food. And I have been wanting to recreate that for our spaces together, and just very intentional being together and in these spaces creating memories. And that's exactly what we've been doing, and it's been so special to me because these moments that I've captured on video and so many others that I haven't captured on video but are just always going to be in my mind and memory are some of my favorite moments that I've just ever had. And I am so grateful for these moments that we share together, and I am beyond speechless that I get to be with my best friend. March and April this year held some of my most cherished memories, and I really do keep these memories so close to my heart, and I'm so grateful to have been able to experience them. I feel so just free and happy looking back at these moments that I captured of us spending our lives together. This was one of my most cherished days at the beginning of April, and I feel like I keep saying that, but it's truly so true. It was a really special time. I feel like any time can be a special time for you. You just have to be in the mindset of receiving what that moment brings to you, and also just creating super special moments out of ordinary days, which is, when I look back at these moments, is exactly what we were doing. On this day, we woke up on a Friday morning. I remember this so well. And we were craving just being out in the countryside. I remember that we have been in a state for quite a little bit of time now of just wanting to escape into the countryside, and it's something that is really deep within my soul, of just having a love for the country and nature and all of the feelings that brings. And so we got into our car and we drove into the county, and we came to this lake, and there were cabins along the lake, and we went to this little country bakery, and we sat and we had some lunch together. I had the most delicious chocolate croissant, And after we finished eating, we just decided to just see where the road takes us and see where the day takes us. We didn't have any plans, and we just got in our car and started driving up the road, and there was a little antique store to the right. And so we turn around and pull over, and we go inside this antique vintage store. And as I am recording this, it is a little while after this has happened, and I still remember this day so vividly because of how special it was. It was one of my most favorite memories, and it is still to this day one of our most favorite antique stores. We spent, I think, 3 hours in this store, and we were just going through every aisle of the store, every part of the store, and just seeing all of the pieces. To me, I feel like all of these pieces, especially in just any time in life, like trees and pieces, especially in an antique store, they hold so much energy and they hold so much memory. They've seen so many things, they've been through so many things. We don't know where their story comes from, what the trees have seen, what the images, like the items have seen. We don't know that, but I like to really take my time when I go into places like these and try to feel and just imagine where this book has been, where these records have been, where these bottles have been. And it just makes me feel so much more attached to the pieces that we get from these places, and we repurpose them into our home, and their journey is just continued on into seeing new images and new memories. And that is a mindset that I carry with me in my life. I am just always trying to connect to the spaces that I'm in and the objects that we are around, and it really grounds me and helps me feel so much more present in all of the moments that I'm in. These are the exact moments that Ricardo and I fell in love with records. We knew what records were, and we've heard them before, but we've never heard a record ourselves before or ever played a record. And the lady in the antique store, we had been talking with her on and off because we were there for so long, but she noticed that we took a liking to the records, and we didn't know how to use the record player there that they had at the store. And so we asked her if she could come over and show us how to use these records and how to use the record player. And she so gladly came over and showed us and taught us, which was such a special moment in itself. And then Ricardo and I our hearts just bursted when we heard these records and how dreamy they are. We are always trying to bring a feeling of dreaminess into our home, into our lives, because why not just want to feel like you're in the 1950s and you're dancing with the love of your life and you are just so in the moment. And that's exactly what these moments were for us. We danced all over this antique store in this little country town, and the lady there just led us, and it was just us in the store, and it was so magical. We danced and danced, we kissed, we hugged, we laughed, and it was perfect. It really was perfect. And I'm so happy that I captured some of these moments because I'll forever cherish this. And since this day, we did not have a record player, but we fell in love with the records, and we just knew that we had to get them. We kept playing all of the records, and every one that we liked, we set aside to purchase. And we purchased so many records on this day, but we did not have a record player. and we were just like, whenever we come across one, whenever one comes in our path, we will purchase it, and then we'll be able to play these records from home. I remember how excited we were because records it just gave us this feeling of being in such a simpler time and being truly in the moment. That's how it feels to me. And then the moment when like the needle hits the record and it's just this fuzzy, cozy feeling, I think that is one of the best sounds to me now, just because of how special records are for me now. We had a huge haul that we got from this antique store with items that we will cherish and have with us for the rest of our lives, truly. And I just think that's the most special thing. After we left this antique store, we went on a country drive, and we were just driving. We had no destination. I didn't really know where we were. I think that Ricardo knew more where we were, but we were just driving around, like stopping at different places, seeing different sights and scenery. We came across such a little country town. It just had a couple of stores, and it looked like a little like saloon. It looked like a little Western place, which I love so much. And we passed by it, and there was another antique store. And so again, we turn around and we come back and we park and we go into the antique store. And just within being in there for just a few moments, we saw that there was a record player for sale. And we both just knew in our hearts that this was the one that was meant for us. It was waiting for us to come and find it, just like the records a couple minutes before were waiting for us to find them. And now we dance in our home to these records, to this record player. We host with the records playing in the background, and it's such a little piece of life. Like, it's such a little part of life, like finding records, going into antique stores. But because our hearts are so open to these experiences, I feel like it just adds so much more value and love and just the most dreamy moments into your life. And so as I watch these clips and I share this with you all and to whoever watches this, it is my genuine heart and soul in my life, just in these videos. And I'm so grateful for anyone who watches, and truly recording my life in pictures and photography is such a dream to me. And so I just really want to share it with whoever is wanting to follow along. So thank you so much. I hope that whoever is watching this is doing so well, and I will talk to you so soon.